All right, it is Saturday, the 8th, which is going to mean this is going to be the 8th update. It just worked out that every update happens to fall on the actual date. So update number 2 is on April 2nd. Update number 4 is on April 4th. So I'm going to do a little bit of some technical stuff before I get too much further ahead. I just read all the service bulletins, some Balrog LED upgrades, so I'm going to take that apart and just telling you to change out the incandescent for LED, but that's an old style LED, so I'm going to pop that out, take this guy apart and put in a modern 2SMD LED. I believe it's red, so we'll have to take a look at that. Take that backing off and get in there, and it recommends to put some shrink tubing on and stuff, so I'll do that. And one thing here, it says upon power up, the game no longer displays the CPU and display versions of code in the game, and that is if you are running the code over 8.0. So basically when I boot up the game, it takes a while to boot up. It shows like the display version code, the CPU version code, but it's saying that after 8.0 that you will no longer see the version, so that you can start up the game immediately. Mine has that delay, and it is like 10.0 code, so how does that make any sense? So that I haven't quite figured out yet, but what I'm going to start off with is NVRAM, and also try and solve those flashers in the pop bumpers that aren't working. So popped onto NVRAM Pinatech, and Lord of the Rings is a white star, and so it tells you the location of NVRAM U212. You can even click on see picture. There it is, just to the bottom right of the battery holder. So where did I put my NVRAM? Oh, right on the there it is. It's the kind of the cheapo NVRAM. Don't necessarily recommend it. It's worked for me in many occasions, but one time it made some strange behavior, so I had to remove it and installed a different one. It was fine, but I'm going with cheapo right now because that's what I got. And I'm tired of hitting the flipper button and the machine screaming at me because the volume always resets to high volume every time I turn on the machine. It's cute for only so long. I just need to grab a screwdriver. Hold on a moment. I'm coming. There we go. I got one. I got two. Okay, got a couple options here. One of these guys will do the trick. So this is 212 right here. Obviously, machine is off, and you don't really have to worry about bending these pins because you don't really ever want to use this thing again. But don't bend them anyway, just in case for some reason you need it. So I'll throw that in the coin box. I think these NVRAMs cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of $10. So it's a very simple plug and play. I got the notch on this side, and the notch is printed on the board. It shows that it's down there. And then plug this guy in. Now, when I said I'm going to do some more of the technical stuff today, this is definitely not technical. It's just tracing down those flashers. What the issue is could end up being a challenge. We'll find out though. All right, so let's see now. Let's test out the NVRAM. Okay, powered on. I'm still very unsatisfied with the speaker popping every time I turn on the machine and the transformer buzzing. It does not make me happy at all. Okay, so this old NVRAM goes there. I gotta wait. I wonder if I should just install the damn balls in the machine and then I don't have to wait for this every time. But no, I'm lifting up the playfield all the time too, so that ain't gonna work. Okay, so actually, you know what? I don't need to wait. I can go into diagnostics. Jeez, I'm dropping shit all over the place. Okay, so adjustments. No, that's audits. Adjustments. Standard adjustments. Okay, let's just find free play. Balls per game, tilt warnings. Here we go. And let's go previous. There, request installed. Now let's go quick. Okay, so now I gotta wait 18 seconds again. See, this is the displaying of the version 10.0, 10.0. Apparently, it doesn't show that after version 5, so I don't comprehend. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is turn the machine off, back on, and we'll see if the machine is in free play. While we're waiting for that, let's figure out the plan of attack. Oh yeah, so these two guys aren't working for some reason. This guy is working. I'll investigate that. One of the service bulletins was talking about an adjustment for the diverter. One also was talking about the operator buys a game brand new in the box, fires a ball into this kicker, and it hears the coil kicking a bunch of times, but it doesn't kick the ball out. So basically, I guess that this has a learning software attached to it, and it takes about 3 kicks for the coil to, learn the exact strength to pop it out into the pop bumpers. So that was kind of interesting. And I guess it was just sort of explaining how that works on the one service bulletin, but I don't think I'll run into that problem. And then there's an up post here too. I should test that at some point. Okay, so we are now in a track mode, and voila! Start button is flashing. Therefore, my settings have been saved. So I can finally turn this down to a tolerable level and it not reset the volume on me every single time. Alright, moving along. Okay, I think I might have possibly found my flasher problem. I looked underneath, all the wiring looks fine. Well, I've checked it probably 3 times now. But then I'm checking the sockets themselves. I was looking underneath. Wiring looks good. But if you take a close look here, let's see if I can get a good look here. Okay. It's very, let's see. Can you focus, please? No? Okay. Well, I don't think you can see, unfortunately. But you see right here where I'm pointing, there's no copper. On the other side there is copper. I think the tab is just bent over or broken off. I haven't determined yet, but let's get in there. and see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see anything, but I'll try. I'm hoping that that's all it is. Okay, let's see. It kind of does look like it would be really nice if the tab was just folded over. Yeah, it is just folded over. So I guess maybe when I installed the LEDs, I just bent it. And I'm telling you right now, it does not want to come apart very easily. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but that should solve that issue. And then this guy, is he broken or is he just pushed over? Yeah, again, just pushed over. Okay. Give me 1 minute and I'm gonna mess with those and see if I can get the tab to bend a little better. Okay, I think I got it. The trick was using a bigger screwdriver, so you can get in there and then spread them apart. Beauty. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is test them all out. So here's my little bulb tester. That flasher's good. That flasher's good. That one is not good. That one is good. Okay, let's stick these guys in here. There, that felt good. Come on. I think that's okay. And that speaker pop is still very loud, even though the volume in theory should be back down to normal. I almost feel like that bulb's in there kind of loose. Now I kind of want to squeeze the tabs back together again. And if they're popping around, yeah, I might have to squeeze them a little tighter, but main thing is we want them to work. So let's see if I can test these now. Flashers. Okay, here we go. Cycling flashers. Oh, no way. Okay, you know what I think? Because those tabs were touching, maybe the transistors are shorted. Shit, that sucks. Okay, time to bust out the schematics. Okay, I'm not having much luck with the flashers. I stuck my multimeter leads in the sockets on continuity test, and they would beep every 5 seconds, which is, you know, when I assume that it would be pulsing the flasher, and all 3 sockets behave the same in that test. So I'd get a beep for each socket, making me think continuity is good. But still, for the life of me, I could not get the 2 flashers to work. So I'm trying, I don't know, some random test here. Like it says here, this little label, Lord of the Rings Pinball Jumper for Flash, Q25, pops equals 3 in the bumpers, Q25 times 3, black and orange, no diode required, jumpered, 1 flash per pop. So that makes me think they're for sure Q25 controls all 3, and when 1 flashes, they should all flash. So I hooked up, there's a little bar there. Can you see that bar? It's the little spot for all these wires to tie into. So 3 black go on the top, 3 orange go on the bottom. Actually 4 orange, because the 4th one feeds to the back box. So I found myself, let me just see if I can set you down here, a new flasher socket, and I know that bulb is good. So I'm going to put the machine in flasher test. Actually, I already have it cycling the flashers. I'm going to close the coin door. So we're going live. Not live because the tripod's in the way. Okay, there we go. So I can see some flickering going on. Though I know that the orange wire goes on the outside of the socket, which is here. Might not have enough hands for this. Okay, let me get both ready. So, uh-oh, don't friggin' touch those together. I'm gonna blow the transistor. Maybe. Okay, so that goes there. And this goes here. Can you see? It's not working. Why not? That's weird. Okay, that test failed. I'll try something else. Okay, I think I just wasn't pressing hard enough, but look. I got it to work. So I'm just guessing that the sockets themselves are shitty. So at least that's good news. So I guess I'm going to go change me a couple sockets. And I actually have 2 of these, which is perfect. Well, this shouldn't be too bad. Stern left some extra wire, so should be pretty easy to swap this guy in. I like it. Okay, one last test. I connected my jumper wires to the leads coming out of the pop bumper sockets, and I have them connected directly to this flasher bulb. So this will be just extra confirmation. Alright, come on. Wait. Too many things in my hands. Flasher, cycling flashers. Now I close coin door. And you better work. Hey, there we go. So it really was just shitty lamp sockets. So what I actually think I might do is go LED, take the LED out of the housing here and hardwire the LED in the body and never have to worry about compression fitting again. That's a trick I learned from District 82, Eric at District 82 I watched. Shout out to him, by the way. Watch his tutorials. He knows his shit inside and out. He is amazing. And I love his content. I hope he provides more. And yeah, that's a trick he does for his pop bumpers, but they're usually for GI lighting, but it'll work for flashers too, so I'll give that a shot. Okay, so I think I have success. I'll show you kind of what I did, and then we'll test out my first bulb there. I just peeled the legs off of, this is a Comet 13 volt flasher. Looks like, you know, 4, 5, 6, 8 SMD. Definitely has lots of brightness. Pull it out like so. And then I just popped off the wires off this guy, off the socket here, like so. Come on. Yep, and then basically just attach these wires like so. A little solder, away you go. But I did add some shrink tubing to the legs, so you can see now what the finished product looks like. Come on. Yeah, so just if I pull it up, you can see the orange and black wires underneath. Voila. Like I said, first time doing this, but I think I like it so far. So we'll quickly test this out. Of course, I have my machine unplugged for my soldering iron. Guess I could use the service outlet, but let's give it a quick test. And even I'll bring a flasher dome over too. See what it's gonna look like. Diagnostics flashers, cycling. Boom, it works. It's definitely bright. Hey, look at that. Cool. I am totally stoked about that. Now, in theory, the LED should not die. And if it does, it'll be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but definitely more reliable than this compression fitted crap ass socket that is just obviously not doing its job very well, since 2 to 3 are bad. But yeah, I like it. I'll just finish up the other 2 now. Okay, that's the finished product. One thing I haven't quite figured out is how to not burn your shrink tube. I just can never do it, you know, light it with the lighter at the exact right amount of time to not char the friggin' tubing, but maybe I'll use black next time. Anyway, that's finished product. Let's see if they work in flasher test. I haven't done it yet. Please all work. Yeah, alright. Beautiful. Now, I put on a yellow dome before and I realized that they're actually red. I haven't washed these yet, but this is just to give us an idea of what they're gonna look like. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, that's not even too obnoxious, and the light fills the entire dome, so I'm thrilled with that. Cool. I knew this part was going to take a little bit and stall me on the progress of the playfield, but before I put all the shit on top, you got to do the shit on the bottom. But I'm totally stoked with that progress. I like it. Oh, and thanks Eric, District 82, for posting that video of dealing with flaky lamp sockets, even though it was for general illumination and it wasn't actually for flashers, but it still applies, and yeah, love it. Thank you for that tip. And oh yeah, one other thing, another shout out to my buddy Henry, because he brought me something cool. He brought me, okay, this is the one the apron cards I got printed off at the print shop, just fairly flimsy paper, not too much sheen. But look what Henry got me. Ooh, the glossy, thick, custom apron cards. Not only that, I got options. And even a couple more black holes cut just a little bit bigger so that they snug in there a little better. But yeah, so thanks again, Henry. Shout to the MF'n out. Oh yeah. Alright, there's the apron installed with the nice new apron cards. With some cobwebs inside the apron, of course, but they are all gone now. So check out the dirtiness of the sword compared to everything else. I'm just kind of dry fitting it to see where all the cables go. I figured this goes under the ramp and then feeds down a hole right around there, and I'm wondering why there's tape here, and I thought, oh, maybe that's so the wire doesn't short underneath the ramp. And then I got looking even closer, and look at this. That wire is mangled. Both are mangled. So I don't think that lock switch was working, or this switch, whatever that does. So I need to repair this and then clean up this sword and all its parts, and then I can install that. Also, I've installed the Plantier globe crystal-y thingy. I am getting the Plantier mod from someone on Pinside Hollywood, so shout out to you if you're listening. You're probably not, but if that deal goes through, I'll be super happy and appreciative. So just let me know and let's make it happen. I've installed pop bumper plastics and domes. And did I do anything else yet? No, I think that's about it. So time to do sword surgery. All right, I got my sword all polished up. It's looking good. There's quite the toy Gomez stuck in this machine. Pretty awesome, I gotta say. And this guy came off with just clipping one zip tie. Cleaned him up. And then I did surgery on the wires here. So I shrink tubed the white wire, and then I shrink tubed the green wire, and then a bigger shrink tube over top of both, in place of, where was it? This. That was what was protecting it before, a little piece of tape. Factory tape, because I've seen this in a couple locations now. Obviously it didn't work very well. This should hopefully work better. But now, sword is ready for installation.